Most job seekers today make the same mistake, and they make it with good intentions. They apply to everything they see, every job alert, every search result, every role that looks even remotely relevant. It feels productive. It feels proactive. But it is the most common job search failure mode today. Confusing activity with progress. Your time is finite. Your energy is finite. And being busy does not automatically mean you are moving forward. What you actually need from a job search is not activity. You need outcomes, interviews, conversations, signals that something is working. Not every job is meant for you. And applying to everything you see comes with a cost. That cost is not just time. It is quality, confidence, and emotional energy. Most people also misunderstand rejection. They assume it is personal. It usually isn't. In modern hiring, the majority of rejections happen before a human ever looks at your resume. What you are interacting with first is not a recruiter. It is a system. Applicant tracking systems, ATS platforms, are designed to manage volume. They process hundreds or thousands of resumes per role. They rank applications based on structure, keywords, role alignment, seniority signals, and relevance. Human review typically happens later, only after the system has already filtered most candidates out. This changes how we should think about rejection entirely. There is a useful analogy here, not to dramatize the job search, but to clarify behavior. Think about a time you pursued someone you were interested in. At first, there is optimism. You invest effort. You initiate conversations. Over time, patterns emerge. Responses are delayed, minimal, non-progressive. Eventually, if you are honest, you realize the issue is not effort. It is alignment. Continuing to invest does not change the outcome. It only drains you. Job applications often follow the same emotional pattern. You see a role, you feel hope. You invest 1 to 2 hours customizing a resume, writing a cover letter, filling long forms, copying experience into multiple systems. Then, nothing, silence, or an automated rejection, and the cycle repeats. The problem is not that you are doing something wrong emotionally. The problem is that you are over-investing before validating signal. Here is the critical shift senior professionals must make. Most rejections are not decisions, they are filters. ATS systems are not judging you, they are ranking profiles. They look for resume structure and passability, keyword alignment with the job description, role title similarity, seniority and scope signals, recency and relevance of experience. When you apply broadly, 2 things happen. First, you enter extremely crowded applicant pools, often with hundreds of candidates. Second, your resume enters a probabilistic system where only a small percentage pass the first filter. HR may never see your name. No one is rejecting you. The system is simply selecting a subset of profiles that best match that role. This is why rejection should not be taken personally. It is not a reflection of your worth. It is a reflection of how your profile performed relative to others for that specific role. The real danger appears over time. When professionals apply broadly without discrimination, energy drops, quality drops, resumes get rushed, formatting breaks, keywords are injected randomly, narratives drift. You start changing titles and summaries emotionally instead of strategically. ATS performance worsens, response rates fall further, confidence erodes. This creates a destructive loop. Low response leads to self-doubt. Self-doubt leads to reactive resume changes. Reactive changes weaken signal. Weaker signal leads to even lower response. At this stage, many people conclude that the market is broken. In reality, the application system is broken because effort is being misallocated. Selective applying is not about applying less. It is about applying where probability exists. Before investing 1 to 2 hours on an application, pause and screen the role. Is the role genuinely aligned with your scope and seniority? Does your experience match the top requirements, not just the title? Is the job description clear and specific or vague and recycled? Is the company actively hiring Or is this a parked role? Can you identify a hiring manager, recruiter, or recent activity? If alignment is weak, do not proceed. Not because you are arrogant, but because your energy has higher value uses. In systems terms, you are optimizing input quality, not input volume. A more sustainable daily model respects both human limits and system behavior. Imagine you have 4 hours per day for job search. Instead of spending all 4 hours applying, reallocate deliberately. 1 hour for screening and prioritization, 1 hour for 1 or 2 high-fit applications with controlled customization, 1 hour for outreach, referrals, and recruiter engagement, 1 hour for tracking outcomes and refining strategy. This approach improves ATS performance, it increases recruiter visibility, and it protects emotional sustainability. Most importantly, it turns effort into momentum instead of burnout. Applying to every job is like chasing impossible alignment. It feels active, but it leads to exhaustion. Modern hiring is not personal, it is probabilistic. Systems filter first, humans engage later. A rejection does not mean you are unqualified. It often means your application never surfaced. The mature approach is not to apply blindly or emotionally. It is to invest strategically. Protect your energy. Allocate effort where alignment and signal exist. Optimize for systems, not just hope. When you do that, effort compounds into conversations, not burnout.